Hello skincare besties, and welcome to day 5 of the Skin and Mind series. I remain Ifeoluwa Ajadi, your host, and today we are going to be looking at hormonal imbalance and how it affects your skin. Now, I'm very sure many people have been very excited to hear this because this is like one of the very relatable things when it comes to skincare and stress management. And today we are going to be diving deeply into that. Now, we all know hormones are chemical substances produced in the body and they influence bodily functions. Hormonal imbalance is a very great issue when it comes to skincare because it has a whole lot of effects. It's not even a matter of, now you don't have a skincare routine. You can have a good skincare routine. You can be consistent with your routine. You can even incorporate stress management techniques. If you are not careful of the periods where hormonal changes are in fluctuations, it can impact your skin negatively. So in this video, we are going to be looking and diving deeply into that. Now let's talk about the effect of hormonal fluctuations on your skin. Now we have different hormones, but for the purpose of this video, we are going to be focusing on some specific hormones because of some specific functions that they have when it comes to skincare and when it comes to the women's cycle, the female reproductive cycle. Now, effect of hormonal fluctuations on the skin. First is acne or breakout. When certain hormones are not really in a good regulation, and what do I mean by that? They rise and they fall spontaneously. It results in, when different hormones are in fluctuations, meaning that they rise and they fall spontaneously, it can lead to acne or breakouts on your skin. So you really want to watch out for those periods and ensure that you care for your skin specifically in those periods to the end that you reduce acne or breakouts. Also, it can result in change in skin texture and reduction in hydration levels. This in turn can lead to your skin being dry. Your skin might not even be naturally dry, but because of those hormonal fluctuations, it now leads to thinner skin and drier skin. And you also want to be given extra and special care during those periods. Now just stay with me. I'll be taking us through those periods, but I just want to ensure that you get the effect of hormonal fluctuations before we go into that. Now, to be talking about the impact on existing skin conditions, and what do I mean by that? You have skin conditions that you're already trying to treat. Now, those periods whereby your hormones are rising and falling spontaneously can aggravate those skin conditions, particularly if you already have a dry skin or you are treating eczema. It can worsen or aggravate the symptoms because your hormones are not balanced. So these are just some of the impact or effect of hormonal fluctuations on skin health. Now let's look at these hormonal triggers, because you have to know what triggers this imbalance so that you can be able to, if you're not able to avoid it completely, you can be able to control it. One of them is menstruation. When a woman is on a period or on a menstrual cycle, two key hormones come into play, and these are estrogen and progesterone. And based on the women's cycle, it falls and rises spontaneously. And because of this, it can lead to increased oil production, therefore leading to acne and breakout. So you want to ensure that you take extra care during this period, and I'll be speaking on that later on in this video. Another of such triggers is pregnancy. During pregnancy, there is a high level of the hormone called progesterone, and this can lead to extra hyperpigmentation. They call it melasma. Yes, it's a type of pigmentation that occurs in pregnant women because of the hormonal fluctuations. Another of such period is menopause. Now, during menopause, estrogen levels decrease rapidly, and this can cause thinner skin. The skin loses its elasticity, loses its thickness, and then loses hydration levels. So at that period, a woman's skin is much more fragile. The skin barrier is depleted, and hydration levels are so low that if she does not put in extra precautions, that can impact her skin negatively. And also, there's also the role of stress-induced hormonal changes. Now, we've been talking about that for the past few days now. Cortisol, I'm sure we can still remember that, yes. So that's also, it can also trigger this period. It can also combine with this period and then trigger acne, breakout, dryness, and a whole lot of other skin conditions. Now, to the moment of truth, the moment we've been waiting for, how to ensure that even amidst this period, because they cannot be avoided. You can't avoid menstruation, you can't avoid pregnancy, you can't avoid, a woman would always fall into this at different stages of her life. And obviously, this does not pertain to men, but at least for men, there's also the role of stress-induced hormonal changes, the key player here being cortisol. So this video pertains to both men and women. And even if you are a man watching this, you want to pay extra attention to be able to care for your woman or for the women in your life during this period. Now, how do you manage? How do you effectively ensure that even as you go through these various stages in your life, your skin is still healthy, glowing, and it does not tell too much on your skin? First thing you want to do is skincare adjustment. You want to ensure that during this period, you pay much more attention to those specific issues. For example, during pregnancy, you ensure that you pay much more attention to the products that can help you clear hyperpigmentation. You can even start using them while you are still pregnant, maybe in your first month, in your second month, to ensure that even as you progress throughout the pregnancy period, you are able to maintain that state of healthy skin, because you're already combating it by using the right skincare product. So you want to be specific in your product. You want to focus on products that treat and prevent hyperpigmentation, like safe whitening agents like niacinamide, vitamin C, and the likes. Also, for women who are in their menopause age, you can also focus on products like retinol, collagen. These ingredients are so great for skin renewal, for elasticity, boosting elasticity. So you want to focus on skincare products that are specific for those skincare conditions associated with hormonal imbalance. There's also the role of lifestyle changes, your diet, exercise, sufficient hydration, especially if you're around your menopause age. You want to ensure that, because hydration levels are so low, you take in much more water naturally to boost your hydration levels. Also, to invest in supplements or treatments, you could visit a dermatologist for a more specified treatment. You could also try incorporating supplements like omega-3 to boost hydration levels, omega-3 to ensure that inflammation is reduced even as you go through pregnancy and other stages of your life. Now, these are just some tips that you can use to manage hormonal imbalance to ensure that it does not impact your skin negatively. And we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you learned a lot. And I'd like to hear which of these tips stands out for you. Or do you think that you just need to focus on just your skincare routine during this period? Do you think that, you don't really need to pay attention to maybe what you eat because it's important? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. See you on day 6. And don't forget to like, share, follow our voice for much more content like this, even as you subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay updated to our daily videos. Thank you.